Hey guys, welcome to Carla's comments on this beautiful Thursday. I said beautiful, but y'all, it's hot here and I do not like the heat. It is very hot. Um, Not compared to other places. My son lives out in Vegas and he was talking about how it was 111 there. So, um, it's 90 here and pretty miserable to me. So, again, I guess it has everything to do with your perspective. Okay, so today is called perspective. And where did I get that from? You know how people say how you look at the world depends on how whether you see the glass as half full or half empty. Well, people have asked me, so Carla, are you a half full or half empty type of person? And it dawned on me, I don't think I'm neither. I think I'm just so happy to have a glass with anything in it, or not trying to be funny, even an empty glass that I can fill up, that I don't worry about whether it's half full or half empty. And I say that because there are a lot of reasons that I started, or I'll start in a position, or I'll start in life with what people will consider a disadvantage. But I have a life. So, that half full or half empty thing has never been a thing for me because I'm happy I have the glass. Um, so this is what I was thinking about. When it comes to our lives, um, we have a tendency to look at everything we still have to accomplish, even on a day to day basis. Like you'll have a list of things that you need to accomplish for that day. And at the end of the day, if you have not accomplished those things, you seem to be a little hard on yourself. But in order to accomplish, let's say I have 10 things on my list to accomplish and I don't accomplish them all. So I feel like, man, this day has been a waste. Instead of me looking at the fact that I accomplished three or four or six or seven or even one of those things on my list, which means it put me closer to the end than I was to the beginning, why can't I celebrate that? Why do we spend so much time focused on what we haven't achieved instead of allowing us ourselves to be proud of what we have? There's always going to be more to do. You don't ever want to be in a life where you don't have more to do because then kind of just stagnant. But why don't we start celebrating our successes, even if they're little successes? And this is what I mean by little, because one man's little is another man's great. If you're somebody that suffers from depression and you have a list of things that you need to do for the day, as somebody that has suffered from it in the past, um, you would write that list the night before and you're feeling really good about it. But then you'll wake up that morning and you don't even want to move. You don't want to function. So you get out of bed, you drag yourself, you get yourself something to eat, you go through the motions. Hmm. Then at the end of the day, you're like, I didn't do anything that I put on my list to do. But guess what? You got up. Some people didn't. So, how about I celebrate the fact that, hey, I got up today, I fixed myself breakfast, I went out and got some fresh air. That's huge for me if it's not my normal routine. Maybe tomorrow I can do a little bit more, but instead of me focusing on what I didn't accomplish, I'm going to focus on what I did because maybe I'm somebody that went 3 days so down that I didn't get out of bed. So today, getting out of bed is a huge accomplishment. It may be something that 70% of the world takes for granted, but I'm not going to because that's important to me. That was just an example. But guys, don't be so hard on yourself that you can't celebrate the victories that you have accomplished. No matter how small they seem, they're really not that small if they're taking you a step closer to your goal. I make a list, and I kind of cheat. I might have shared this before, but I make a list of to do things for each day. Now, excuse me, I don't know why I'm yawning. I make a list of things to do each day, and sometimes I reach the list. 9 times out of 10, I don't get all those things done. But what I've started doing is I have my list, but then when I go back to check it, I also put on that list the things that I did do that day, and then I check them off. Because guess what? It makes it look like I've accomplished more. And then I thought, wait, it doesn't make it look like it. I actually did accomplish these things. I did finish reading that book. What? I did finish writing that play. What? I did go to the store. I did get groceries. I did cook dinner. Yeah, those everyday things that you think, oh, are just part of your routine, start putting them on the list so you can check them off because you've done stuff. It's all in your perspective. So don't worry about whether the glass is half full or half empty. Just be glad you have a glass. And if you don't have one, then you go get one. Don't wait for somebody else to give it to you. All right. Have a great day. I hope you guys are watching the Olympics. So exciting. Katie Ledecky, what? She was like 20 seconds ahead of everybody else. That completely blows my mind because I can't swim at all. So the idea that she swam like 30 like 15 times down and back. I got tired watching her go down the first time. But anyhow, I digress. Have a great day. Be good to each other.